The pavement began to shudder. Before anyone heard the blades, then the sky above Seattle. General ripped open as 4 Black Hawk helicopters dropped out of the clouds in a tight combat formation. Something meant for hostile territory. Not a civilian hospital parking lot. Dust and debris exploded outward, blinding the stunned security guards who rushed forward in a futile attempt to stop the landing. They never stood a chance. Marines in full tactical gear hit the ground hard, weapons raised, moving with ruthless efficiency. They ignored the shouting chief surgeon entirely. Their captain didn't ask for the hospital director. He didn't ask for a physician. He stormed straight toward the ER entrance and shouted a single name so loud it froze the entire floor. "We need Angel 6. Where the hell is Angel 6? The linoleum floors of Seattle. General's emergency department were a familiar sterile gray color. Clara Holloway knew better than most. She knew it because she spent the majority of her 12-hour shifts staring down at it, shoulders hunched, trying to disappear. To the star surgeons and eager residents, Clara was just the slow nurse, the 40-year-old woman with the heavy limp in her left leg, the one who couldn't sprint when a code blue was called, the one assigned bedpans, charts, and intoxicated non-dash emergencies. No one ever asked why she limped. No one cared enough to move it. "Holloway, you're blocking the hallway." Dr. Adrian Prescott brushed past her without slowing. Seattle General's golden boy, brilliant, handsome, unbearable. His jawline looked sculpted from stone, and his ego needed its own mailing address. Clara stumbled, grabbing the edge of the nurse's station. The leg, reinforced with titanium pins, pulsed with a familiar ache. "Sorry, doctor," she murmured. "Don't be sorry. Be faster," Prescott snapped. "We've got a multi-car pileup inbound. If you can't keep up, transfer to geriatric SOAR, the morgue. They move slower down there." A few junior nurses laughed nervously. To them, Prescott was a god. To them, Clara was furniture damage, outdated. Overlooked, she adjusted her scrubs and returned to organizing supplies, letting the insults slide. She'd endured far worse. She'd been screamed at by drill instructors in pounding rain at Paris Island. She'd been cursed by bleeding commanders in Kandahar's dust. Prescott's arrogance barely registered. Here, she was just Clara, not Lieutenant Commander, not Flight Nurse Holloway, and certainly not the call sign buried 7 years deep in her records. "Hey." Clara Sarah, a frazzled junior nurse, whispered as she rushed past. "Ignore him. He's stressed. Board says a VIP's coming in with the crash victims." "It's fine," Clara replied quietly. Eyes scanning the ER, where others saw chaos. She saw patterns. She noticed bed force slipping towards shock before the monitors warned. She saw the intern fumbling in intubation in Bay 7. She said nothing in the civilian world. A limping nurse wasn't meant to diagnose. She was meant to fetch blankets. The automatic doors burst open as paramedics rushed in with a blood-soaked teenager. Male, 17, unrestrained driver, blunt chest trauma. Prescott was instantly in command. "Bay 1, chest x-ray, full panel, stat." He glanced at Clara. "Stay out of the way." She pressed back against the wall, hands clasped behind her, watching him work. He was skilled, she couldn't deny that, but he was missing something. From her angle, she saw distended neck veins, uneven chest rise, blood pressure dropping without the expected heart rate response. Tension, pneumothorax, her mind warned. She stepped forward. "Doctor, check right lung sounds. Trachea is shifting." Prescott spun on her. "Did I ask for a consult? I'm the attending Holloway. Go get 2 units of O negative and stop pretending you're a doctor." She obeyed. By the time she returned, the patient was crashing. BP 60/40. "Push epi." "Where's the blood?" Clara saw it clearly now. Seconds mattered. "He needs needle decompression right, 2nd intercostal space," said loudly. Silence fell. Prescott ripped off his stethoscope. "Get out." "You're relieved of duty." Dr. She turned away, heart pounding, not with fear, but certainty. She was pouring stale coffee when the ground shook, not an earthquake. Rotors. She knew that sound before her brain caught up from the break room window. She saw 4 matte black helicopters descending fast. Military, the PA crackled. Unauthorized aircraft landing security respond? The ear erupted in panic. Then the doors blew open. Marines poured inside with terrifying discipline, hands visible. Do not move, Prescott protested. He was shoved aside effortlessly. I am Captain Silas Thorne, United States Marine Corps, the giant announced. I'm not here for your patient. I'm here for my soldier. He unfolded a paper. We're looking for Clara Holloway. Calcine, Angel 6. The room froze. You mean the nurse? Prescott laughed. Thorne stepped forward. Watch your tone. You're speaking about a Navy Cross recipient. Absolute silence. Clara stepped out of the break room. I'm here. Thorne snapped to attention and saluted, ma'am. We need you. Mass casualty. Flight surgeon down. 7 Marines bleeding out. They refused treatment from anyone else. Her answer came without hesitation. Let's go. She resigned on the spot inside the Black Hawk. The scent of jet fuel dragged her backward through time. Scrubs came off. Flight suit went on. The weight felt right. Her voice changed. Sit rep. Thorne briefed her grimly. Ambush. Downed aircraft Box Canyon. Blizzard closing fast. Commander. Rix was critical. Her breath caught at the name. 6 minutes to drop. Snow-capped. Peaks rose ahead. Fear clawed at her, but she locked it away. She checked her kit. Adjusted her headset. Rolled her sleeve back. The faded tattoo stared up at her. Wings a 6. Do not be afraid. Angel 6 was back. Asterisk. Thorne noticed her glance and tapped his chest plate. Down there, they think you're a myth, he said quietly. Angel of Kandahar. Rix kept the legend alive. Legends still bleed, Clara muttered, as she checked the seal on a saline bag. Tourniquets don't. 2 minutes. The pilot shouted. Taking small arms? Fire repeat? We're taking fire. The helicopter bucked hard to the right. A violent rattle tore across the fuselage as bullets struck the armored skin like hail on tin. Lock and load. Thorne roared, racking his carbine. The Marines transformed, instantly no longer passengers but predators. Clara grabbed the overhead strap as the vibration changed. The aircraft slowed into a hover. The door gunner opened up. The minigun's thunder rattling her teeth as brass casings sprayed into the void. We're over the LZ! The crew chief yelled, sliding the door open. A blast of icy wind and snow ripped through the cabin, draining the warmth instantly. Clara looked down. The Osprey lay shattered in the ravine below, a twisted skeleton still smoking. Tracer fire stitched back and forth between the tree line and the wreck. Too hot to land, the pilot shouted. Fast rope only? Thorne met her eyes. You're first. If we stay, we die. Clara unclipped her harness, slung her medical bag, and limped to the open door. 60 feet straight down into a kill zone. Her bad leg throbbed in warning. Thorne gripped her shoulder straps. You sure, Angel? She spotted the strobe flashing near the wreck. Rix. She pulled her goggles down. Send me. The rope burned through her gloves as she descended to fast-built 4 young men with perfect knees. Not a 40-year-old woman held together with titanium. Adrenaline erased the pain. 30 feet, 2010. She tried to land on her good side, but loose shale betrayed her. Her injured leg collapsed under her weight. White-hot agony ripped up her spine. She bit down hard enough to taste blood. Move. Bullets sparked off rock inches from her head, suppressing fire. Someone yelled. 3 Marines rose from behind the wreckage and poured fire into the tree line. It gave her seconds, just enough. Clara crawled, dragging her bag through snow and mud, diving behind the Osprey's landing gear. The smell of burned hydraulics and blood hit instantly. You made it. A young Marine hauled her deeper into cover. Corporal Sterling. My dad said you'd come. She grabbed his collar. Where's Commander Rix? Inside the fuselage. He's bad. Really bad. The interior was a nightmare. Flickering red lights, torn metal, Marines holding defensive positions. In the center lay Rix, gray-faced, bleeding through makeshift dressings. Dave, she whispered, already gloving up. His eyes fluttered open. You disobeyed my order to stay retired. I never followed orders well. The neck wound was serious, but controllable. The abdominal shot wasn't. Pressure here, she ordered Sterling. Don't let up. She'll cut open Rick's shirt. No exit wound. Internal bleeding, BP 70/40. Start fluids now. The hole rang violently. An RPG struck nearby. They're flanking us. Keep pressure. Clara snapped. Your job is being a sandbag. Rick grabbed her wrist. The laptop. Destroy it. Mercenaries. They want the data. Ah, not now, she said, pushing morphine. Save the boy, he rasped. I'm not leaving you. The explosion came without warning. The blast threw her into the bulkhead. When she looked up, 3 figures stood silhouetted at the breach night vision. Suppressed weapons, mercenaries. One aimed at Sterling. Clara grabbed flare gun and fired. The flare slammed into the man's chest, igniting in blinding white fire. He screamed as his vest burned. The others staggered, blinded. Clear the door, Clara shouted. Thorne dropped in like a hammer. The firefight surged outward. Inside, Rick's flatlined, starting compressions. Slower, Clara corrected. Let the chest recoil. She stared at the wreckage. No choice. Scalpel. Betadine everywhere. What are you doing? Saving his life. She opened Rick's chest, cracked the sternum, reached inside, and clamped the aorta with her fingers. EP now. She squeezed his heart once, twice. Come on, Dave. I've clutter, I've got rhythm. Pulse returned weak, but there. We have to move now. The hoist basket dropped through the smoke. They loaded him under fire. Clara clipped herself above the basket, wrapping her body around him as they rose. Halfway up, the winch stopped, jammed. Below, mercenaries regrouped. Manual crank for minutes. They didn't have 4. Ricks opened his eyes. Cut the line, no. Clara drew her M9, timed the sway, and fired. The RPG gunner dropped. The rocket detonated harmlessly against rock. Clear. The basket rose inch by inch. The clamp slipped. Easy. She shouted. Strong hands dragged them into the cabin. Get us out. Thorne barked. Inside the helicopter, she worked as the aircraft tore through the terrain. We're diverting, she said. Seattle General. Command objected. She didn't care. If we go to base, he dies. Thorne overrode command. They landed. Security blocked the doors. Thorne cleared them. Clara ran the gurney inside. Her hands still clamped inside Rick's chest. Prescott stared as she stormed past him. Male, 52. GSW abdomen and neck. Field thoracotomy. Aorta clamped. I need own negative now. He tried to stop her. Thorne stopped him. She's in charge. 4 hours later, Ricks was stable. Prescott had assisted. Clara removed her gloves and nearly collapsed. Thorne caught her in the waiting room. General Sterling saluted her. You walked into hell for them, just doing my job. You saved 7. Marines and my son. Was reactivated that night. Angel 6 had returned. And when Clara Holloway walked into the night, the pain in her leg no longer defined her, only the lives she refused to let go of.